You put
Right now, a hazmat incident has 2 people in custody, while the latest details in an ongoing Department of Justice investigation.
Plus, more Democratic lawmakers named in a hit list. How a congressman from the other side of the aisle is responding.
And we're waking up to a few showers across Dane County. We'll talk about where the current hail is on radar.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Wednesday. We've made it halfway through the week already.
Have we?
Yes.
Good for us.
I recorded radio saying Thursday today, so.
Oh, you're thinking
that's
ahead.
how your week is going.
I guess so. We're just trying to skip ahead.
Yeah, so we were talking about like the perfect air conditioning temperature last half hour, and Savannah apparently likes to go to bed with it feeling like very
Winter?
Arctic-like temperatures.
I don't know how. I run hot.
68 is not that cool, though. At night. I do not keep it going all day long like
He
that.
said I run hot, and
I
I don't.
run hot, and I don't even need it that cool.
No.
I only like it cold at night. Otherwise, yes, I will take the warmer temperatures for sure.
But you're still underneath the blanket like that?
Yeah.
But okay.
The comforter comes off sometimes because it's too thick.
Hey, ladies, you're never satisfied.
No.
You know?
I guess not.
Gotta find a happy medium. Yes.
You keep it up to 75 though.
Yeah, but our house stays cool in there.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. Got the ceiling fans going.
But it's nice when you get that energy bill, though.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it is.
It is.
Not me. We're tracking some showers this morning. For the most part, it's much more heavy to our south. We did have some lightning and thunder overnight, couple of stronger storms, but all the stronger storms right now are actually out across Iowa to our southwest. And actually, we're now seeing some lightning returns on radar with that storm that's sitting just to the northeast of Beloit. Little bit of lightning there, but the hail that I was talking about earlier, that's all between about Cedar Rapids and up to Manchester, so out across east central Iowa. These storms are going to move in here across southern Wisconsin, so we could see some hail later this morning into the early afternoon. Temperatures pretty static, but it's still humid. We'll talk about the even warmer air mass that moves in for the weekend coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then. This morning in Janesville, police are investigating a shooting that left 3 adults dead and 1 person seriously injured.
Officers first responded to a family disturbance yesterday at the Aspen Square Apartments on the city's north side. Soon after, a 911 call reported gunfire. Paramedics rushed the survivor to Mercy Hospital with life-threatening injuries. Janesville Police Chief Chad Pearson did not identify a suspect or release victims' names, citing an ongoing investigation. He assured the public there was no threat to the community. Police confirmed no children were inside the apartment during the incident and have ruled out drug activity and political motives. We are continuing to follow this developing story. We will update you here on the air and online at channel3000.com when we learn more.
The state's Department of Justice is continuing a hazmat investigation on Madison's west side. 2 suspects are now in custody related to that incident, and one of them is Paul Dustin Van Doon. He is the one who owns the home on North Spooner Street, just a couple of blocks from Camp Randall, where authorities are investigating. He now faces tentative charges for attempted first-degree homicide and stalking. He has not been officially charged, and we do not know the identity of the second victim. However, investigators say this incident is connected to the hazmat investigation on West Skyline Drive that happened Monday. Officers say there's no threat to the public. Crews were performing some emergency decontamination, they say, out of an abundance of caution. One neighbor says he's never seen anything like this.
Eventually, I was watching with my roommate through our windows, our house here, and the decon truck came up, and they got to a point where they got everybody dressed in like essentially hazmat, more or less, and then went up to the building and executed what was a search warrant, it looked like.
This is a multi-jurisdictional investigation. DOJ is working with Madison Police and Fire, as well as the Middleton Police Department.
You can get the latest updates on this story sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. With the app, you'll receive breaking news push alerts as soon as they happen. It's free to download. Just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store. Here's a heads up. If you're heading downtown tomorrow, multiple streets will close for the Juneteenth celebration. Starting at 10:30 a.m., South Park Street will close from West Badger Road to West Wingra Drive. The street will reopen by noon for the parade, which ends at Penn Park. Streets around the park will remain closed until 7:30 p.m. Some Metro bus routes will also be affected. For more details, you can visit the City of Madison's website.
Legislative Assistant Colin Baruchak will now serve on the Dane County Board of Supervisors. He won a special election yesterday with 51% of the vote over Law Office Manager Adrian Lamprone. This is District 1 in Dane County, which serves the better part of the Isthmus. Affordable housing was the central issue in the race. Former District 1 Supervisor Elizabeth Doyle bowed out. She resigned because she said she could no longer afford rent in the downtown Madison area.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court struck down a GOP law that weakened the Attorney General's power. The court unanimously ruled 7-0 that the Attorney General cannot be required to get legislative committee approval before settling certain civil lawsuits. Lawmakers passed the law in 2018 after Democratic Governor Tony Evers and Attorney General Call defeated Republican incumbents. Republican Governor Scott Walker signed the bill into law as he left office, reducing the powers of both offices. The Supreme Court said the legislature cannot give itself the power to execute a law it wrote.
We now know more lawmakers named in the hit list tied to the deadly shooting of Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. It includes Congressman Mark Pocan and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. The list included several Democratic lawmakers. Meantime, there is a memorial for Hortman at the Minnesota State Capitol. The suspect, Vance Bettler, is now in custody for the politically motivated assassination. Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden spoke out on the situation.
When people are trying to threaten you with violence to prevent you from doing your job as a legislator, that's not how this country was designed. It's not, and I don't get along with everybody. I don't. Mark and I, we can't be farther enough separated politically. He was on that list, and I condemn that wholeheartedly.
Security briefings are now underway in Congress as lawmakers demand stronger protections.
Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson says he will vote no on the Senate's latest bill advancing President Trump's tax, border, and defense priorities. Johnson says the proposal doesn't do enough to reduce the federal deficit. That's projected to top $2.2 trillion annually. He joined Senator Rand Paul in opposing the bill. With only a slim GOP majority, the bill's fate now hangs in the balance.
Well, if you drive through Middleton, we have a heads up for your commute. Now until the end of the month, High Road will be closed to through traffic on weekdays. Crews are going to be out during work on the Pheasant Crossing Phase 1 project. Detour signs are up for north and southbound traffic, so plan a few extra minutes if you're headed that way. Make sure you're marking those or heading through those marked detours too. The road will reopen each evening for local access, and emergency vehicles will still be able to get through as well.
Tonight, the Family Fun continues with Madison School and Community Recreation's MSCR on the Move program. Tonight from 5 to 7 p.m. at Elver Park, 3 themed activity vans will be there. Kids and families can create outdoor art, sculpt masterpieces, and enjoy some good old-fashioned fun with Play on the Move. The evening wraps up with an all-ages movie screening.
Looks like fun. It'll be a warm evening, to say the least. The muggy, hot air is settling in. So
yes, all the things. I know we went out to the splash pad yesterday, and it was cooking out there. It was cooking, but you know the water felt nice.
Pads.
Yes.
Oh, your kids are like the perfect age for splash pads.
Oh, they
love that for you.
They
guys.
always have a ball. Yeah. Yes, we enjoyed ourselves. Well, let's see how today is shaping up. Savannah, what's going on?
Well, guys, it might not be the best day for the splash pad today because we are going to see some scattered showers and a few isolated thunder talk coming up.
And the Madison area parade of homes is about to get underway, and we are getting an early look. See some of the new homes that you can check out for yourself starting this weekend in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, Madison area parade of homes returns for its summer showings this weekend.
Our Josh Spider is live in Wanakee with a preview. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Yeah, Parade of Homes gets underway here in just a couple of days. We're getting an early look, and we're in the brand new Kilkenny West neighborhood here in Wanakee. And we're starting off here with Victory Homes of Wisconsin. We have Dave Remke joining us this morning. Dave, good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well.
Tell us a little bit about this house we're standing in this morning.
Yeah, you bet. So this is our brand new Acacia model here for Madison. It's around 4,000 square feet. It's got the primary on the first floor, a couple bedrooms up along with one in the finished lower level. So 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. So super super excited about this.
Yes, it's beautiful. And this
Thank
home
you.
is very, very special. And New Street Now is proud to be part of this too, because this is the St. Jude home.
It is. It's the St. Jude Dream Home Showplace. First in Wisconsin. Victory Homes is proud to be part of that. So we're excited to launch that to the market. And the vendors, the trades, and everybody that partnered with us, the whole setup on this is that whatever labor material was donated to get our cost to a certain level, the net proceeds to what we sell the home for, 100% of those proceeds go to the St. Jude Dream Home Showplace.
Oh, that's amazing. And why was it important for Victory to, put on something like this?
I mean, we were asked. It was the first in Wisconsin, and we took it open arms. It's just a great program to get behind, and we're so proud to be part of it.
Parade of Homes is a big deal, especially in these parts. Why is it so important for you to be, ready to showcase during this time?
Well, I mean, it is the Parade of Homes. You get a lot of people, thousands of people through. MABA does a great job putting on the Parade of Homes. And we've been part of this for the last several years, actually. So not only is this a parade model, but again, the St. Jude Dream Home Showplace. So we're really excited to launch it this weekend.
This is such an exciting time for a lot of people. And obviously, new builds are really awesome because you get to create what you want, right?
Yeah.
And what are you kind of seeing right now in the market? Is there anything new in 2025 that people are like, hey, I really want that?
Outdoor living space is still key. After the whole pandemic and everything else, outdoor living space, where does the family go to be together? We do a lot of our homes and our designs with the outdoor living space in mind. But not only that, we customize to what our clients want. They come to us with their ideas and concepts, and we make it happen.
Well, when you think about just how much this area is growing, I mean, brand new neighborhood here in Wanakee. Homes are popping up right and left, so people are still in the market.
Oh, absolutely still in the market. I mean, we're so proud to be part of this with the Tierney Development Group. I mean, their subdivisions are amazing, and we love being in their developments.
Awesome. So if people are interested in learning more about Victory Homes or maybe the St. Jude home in itself, what do they need to know?
Yeah, I mean, go to our website, victoryhomesofwisconsin.com, or obviously come out to the Parade of Homes and meet one of our professional sales reps that'll be here during the parade and even after. We keep our models open Saturdays and Sundays, noon to 4, outside of the Parade of Homes as well.
Awesome. Well, Dave, thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate a tour. And if you'd like to learn more about the Madison area Parade of Homes, again, this is just one of the stops here on the tour. You can go to the story up on channel3000.com. This is always one of the best times of the year. You get to see what's new, what's trending, guys, and no better place than right here in the 608, right?
Thought that was Josh's house for a second.
Yeah, we know. We know.
It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful in there. They did a fantastic job. It looks like
good work.
They really took care of that St. Jude Dream Home. Good stuff. All right, check out Parade of Homes. Thanks, Josh. Hey, remember, Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him if you have an idea.
Well, let's check in now with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's getting us up to date on what you need to know as you head out the door. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we've got an active radar. Some storms moving into Rock County right now near Janesville and between Beloit. We do have that red on radar. Was producing lightning. Not seeing those lightning returns on radar anymore, but areas south and southeast of Madison that could really use the rain. Finally seeing that this morning. We've also got some areas of hail, and for the most part, that's to our southwest. We've been looking at this area between Cedar Rapids and Dundee out in Iowa. All of this white that you see in between in the center of all these heavier storms and the heavy rain, that's all hail. These are going to continue to move further to our northeast and get into some of southern Wisconsin. So we could see some smaller hail, technically stronger storms, but we don't have any special weather statements or any severe thunderstorms out with these storms right now, and that's not expected. But some smaller hail is possible as we get to see these storms that enter southern Wisconsin here within the next couple of hours. By mid to late morning, heavy showers, maybe a little bit of hail and thunder. Then all of that is going to continue moving further east and northeast, drying us up probably by about dinner time, I would say. Couple of stray showers, but it won't be widespread. And then overnight, we're expecting dry conditions and skies actually start to clear. Humidity levels are still going to be high, though, so I think we could see some patchy fog out there. That's as we head into early Thursday morning. Additional storm chances, though, we took the alert day away. The best storm chance got pushed way even further southeast of even Chicago. Chicago's now included in that slight risk, and then the orange color, that's across central and southern Wisconsin and Indiana. That's where the best chance of severe weather is going to be with the cold front later today. So I don't think we're going to be seeing any severe weather, maybe a few stronger storms with hail, gusty winds. That'll be the better case. So Thursday we have a marginal risk that gets into everybody across southern Wisconsin. And then the best chance Friday is actually going to be up towards the Dells, specifically Camp Douglas and Black River Falls. Those areas, and still gusty winds and hail are going to be the main threats. A warm front's going to lift north, and that focal point's going to be along that warm front, which will be across central and also northern Wisconsin. That's a level 2 out of 5. The rest of us are under that green color still heading into Friday. The humidity levels are definitely going to be a factor from here on out, especially as we head into the weekend. That's when dew points alone, even the nighttime hours, could reach about 70, maybe even up to 75. So it's going to be very oppressive outside, and you'll feel that on your body, especially with our air temperatures that alone are going to get into the lower to mid 90s. Our heat index values, those creep up towards 100 on Saturday, 103 about on Sunday, and then even 96 on Monday. But those air temperatures, this will be our first hot stretch where we see the lower to mid 90s. After that, a little bit more comfortable. It's still going to be humid, but at least temperatures come down some mid to late week next week. That's also our next active stretch. So it definitely is more June-like with the daily storm chances that we have nearly, and then also the heat and humidity that's been building up.
All right. Thank you, Savannah. Morning sports. Florida Panthers NHL champs once again. They beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-1 in Game 6 last night of the Stanley Cup Finals in Sunrise, Florida. Second straight win on the NHL Finals level for those Panthers. Back-to-back, both at the expense of the Oilers.
The Brewers will meet the Cubs again today. That's after starting their 3-game series against the Cubs at Wrigley Field yesterday. Isaac Collins sent one to right field to get Milwaukee a 2-0 lead, but Seiya Suzuki stepped up to the plate and drove a 3-1 shot into left field. The Cubs went up 4-2, and that was the difference. The Cubs win 5-3. Same two back at it today at 7:05 at AmFam Field.
All right, see if the Brew Crew can pick up another win there.
All right.
Hey, we're going to be right back here on News 3 Now this morning. Before we go, though, we want to show you what gas is selling for this morning. Just over $3. It's gone up a bit. It's over $3 a gallon now. All right, we're back right after this.
Welcome back. We are doing things a little bit different this morning for our trending stories. We're going to have News 3 Now's Josh Sprider join us once again because today we're celebrating someone very special.
Hey, good morning, guys. So you know him as my partner in crime every morning, and he's already rolling his eyes over here. It is lead photographer Mark Schilling's 50th birthday this morning. Happy birthday, Mark. Get over here. Get over here.
Happy birthday, Mark.
So surprised.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. So we have some photos we want to show folks from over the last few years because, Mark, you do it all. Like, obviously, you're the one behind the camera making these 608 live shots going. But, I mean, you also help everyone else here on the team. And you're such a team player. And we wanted to celebrate you this morning. So how does it feel to be the big 5-0?
Feels a little bit like 49. Kind of moving on. That's how I've been treating birthdays for the last 15, 20 years.
You kind of have to do that sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So did you have any expectation that this was going to be happening this morning?
As soon as you said, Maria said, anchors want to try something new, I was like, okay, they're up to something.
Well, hey, you're always the guy behind the camera. You're making the magic happen. We wanted to celebrate you because we could not do this without you. So
Thank you.
So
Thank
50,
you.
do you have any, nice quotes that you want to give people for making it to 50 years old? Like anything you want to do in 2025?
Right now we're just working to go to London for the New Year's parade because we've been doing
cool.
stories on the Mount Horeb
Mount
trip
Horeb
and
stuff.
getting there. So that's kind of been the big goal for the rest of the year is just let's, work to that. And otherwise it's just minute by minute,
Any plans with the family today?
No plans. We're already busy.
Oh, I know you are very, very busy. Well, hey, we wanted to take a couple of minutes. And by the way, we're heading to breakfast after this, by the way. There's a new place here in town that I want you to
I'd
check out.
love to try it.
So, yes.
I'd love to
we'll
be
be doing
there.
that and celebrating, guys. But, I mean, you guys know There's no better team player than Mark Schilling, and there's a reason that he's our lead photographer at News 3 Now, because we're very, very lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Yes. I call him Uncle Mark. He's the fun uncle at work, and that's my uncle. Like, yes, I claim him wholeheartedly.
I don't think I've ever heard Mark say no, which is just such an admirable quality.
That's the other thing. He's such a yeser.
He holds it all together for us, and it's so nice to have someone on the shift that's older than I am. It makes me feel young. The youth, it just gives me a pep in my step when I see Mark. It's just great. Happy 50th birthday, Mark.
Yeah, happy birthday.
We could not do what we do without you. I mean, really, we all just use and abuse Mark on a daily basis, and we appreciate you, Mark. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
The big 5-0. All right, we're going to be back. We are tracking some showers here on this Wednesday after this. This morning, an investigation into a tragedy in Janesville continues. How the community is reacting.
Plus, the president faces a major decision related to tensions between Israel and Iran, how it could affect American involvement.
Well, thanks for tuning in on a Wednesday, folks, to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Hope you're up and at 'em and ready to start the day.
Was it hard to get out of bed this morning? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was actually easier than, most days. Maybe because we're halfway through the week, the temperature's rising, but, that's okay. That's what the AC is for.
That's right. AC's humming this morning, that's for sure. We have some humid temps. I mean, we're talking triple-digit heat indices. Also, a lot of heavy rain out there. Let's get right to Savannah Brito, who's tracking things for us in the studio this morning. All right, where's it at?
Yeah, all the heaviest rain is in those areas that need it the most. For the most part, southeast of Madison, down towards Janesville and in Rock County, along with Walworth. We are seeing some lightning activity, and for the most part, that's just east of Beloit. And then up near Whitewater, some pretty heavy showers, too. Nothing across Dane County, really, this morning. Out in Iowa, these will be the next showers that we see enter southern Wisconsin. Some of these do have some hail, but they are breaking up. I do think some of those will at least hold as far as heavy rainfall goes, and that'll take us into mid to late morning and early afternoon. Tonight into tomorrow, we are going to wake up with some patchy fog out there. That's with high humidity levels. The 70s today, but that's nothing compared to what we're going to see over the weekend. We'll talk about those temperatures coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Thanks, Savannah. All right, an investigation underway this morning in Janesville. Police say that a shooting left 3 adults dead and 1 seriously injured.
Officers first responded to a family disturbance yesterday at the Aspen Square Apartments on the city's north side. Soon after, a 911 call reported gunfire. Paramedics rushed the survivor to Mercy Hospital with life-threatening injuries. Janesville Police Chief Chad Pearson did not identify a suspect or release victims' names, citing an ongoing investigation. He assured the public there is no threat to the community. Police confirmed no children were inside the apartment during the incident, and investigators have ruled out drug activity and political motives. Now, in the wake of the shooting, neighbors, community members, and family gathered outside the Aspen Square Apartments. Neighbors tell us they are not used to seeing police presence on their street.
I seen a police officer, and I didn't know it was a police officer right away till I seen him putting crime tape up. And then I'm going, oh, what's going on? That's pretty close to home, Yeah, very quiet. It's never had any trouble here at all.
This is a developing story, and we will continue to update you here on the air and online at channel3000.com as we learn more.
2 suspects are now in jail as the State Department of Justice continues a hazmat investigation on Madison's west side. Paul Dustin Van Doon, who owns the home on North Spooner Street, just a couple of blocks from Camp Randall Stadium, now faces tentative charges for attempted first-degree homicide and stalking. He has not been formally charged. We do not know the identity of the other suspect in custody. We do know the incident is connected to the hazmat investigation on West Skyline Drive that happened Monday. Officers say there is no threat to the public and that crews did perform emergency decontamination out of an abundance of caution. You can get updates to this story and more sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 mobile app. You'll get breaking news push alerts as soon as they happen. It's free to download. Just search channel3000.com or Channel 3000 wherever you get your apps.
A Milwaukee teacher's aide and mother of two is self-deporting and returning to El Salvador. This follows notice that her temporary stay in the U.S. was denied. Yesenia Ruano has lived in the U.S. for 14 years. She is waiting for her T visa, which protects victims of human trafficking. The process can take several years. Previously, those waiting could remain in the U.S., but DHS notified her that despite her application and extensive communication between her lawyers and the agency, she must leave immediately. Her departure is affecting people in her community.
You're affecting more than just the people you're deporting. You're affecting communities. In her case, you're affecting all of the children that would have been loved by her and taught by her.
Personally, there's anger that she has to fight so hard. There's deep sadness for her children who were born here.
Despite the difficult farewells, Ruano says she remains hopeful to return to the U.S. one day with her two daughters.
The legislature's Budget Writing Committee will now debate the budget for the university system on a later day. It was after the committee met yesterday to continue approving budgets for several state agencies. Lawmakers did approve the budget for Wisconsin's district attorneys, including adding prosecutors in Dane, Grant, and Crawford County.
We are making significant investments in ADA positions, 42 new ADA positions. It's going to take us to 80% of the staffing that's required in the staffing study that the DAs have done. And that's going to do a lot to help fight crime and make our communities safer. And that's certainly been a top priority for both of our caucuses.
This comes as lawmakers approve budgets for various public safety state agencies, prosecutors and public defenders for one, as well as the Department of Corrections. In addition to the new positions, the committee also approved pay raises for prosecutors. Democrats say Republicans were letting some positions funded by federal dollars lapse.
This morning, President Donald Trump faces a major decision. Sources say he's considering whether the U.S. should join Israel in striking Iran's nuclear sites. Iran warns that U.S. intervention could spark an all-out war. Yesterday, the president claimed control over Iran's airspace. So far, Trump administration officials say America is not directly involved in Israel's attacks, but the U.S. is helping Israel defend against Iranian counterstrikes. Lawmakers from both parties are pushing to vote on measures to limit the president's authority to order strikes on Iran.
The Federal Reserve Board will meet today to determine interest rates. A lot of analysts expect the board to hold rates steady as the price of oil is up sharply due to the conflict in the Middle East. Some domestic energy infrastructure in those countries is already damaged, and experts say regional export facilities are also at risk. Meanwhile, the pause on many so-called reciprocal tariffs ends on July 9th. President Donald Trump is back from the G7 summit with a trade deal with the UK, but without final deals with other countries.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is considering two policies to crack down on drug ads on TV. The policies would make it more difficult and expensive for drug companies to promote their products across the airwaves. One policy would mandate advertisers elaborate on the risk posed by their drugs, forcing ads to be longer and therefore more expensive. The other would bar drug makers from writing off direct-to-consumer ads as business expenses on their taxes.
Kraft Heinz plans to remove synthetic dyes from its products. The condiment maker announced it'll remove FD&C colors from its U.S. portfolio before the end of 2027. The company also said that it would not launch any new products in the U.S. with artificial dyes. Kraft Heinz product lineup includes Heinz Ketchup, Jell-O, and Capri Sun. Kraft Heinz says nearly 90% of its current products are already free of FD&C colors.
Beloved Food Network star Anne Burrell has died at age 55. She was found unresponsive yesterday morning at her New York home. No cause of death has been released. Burrell rose to fame with shows like Worst Cooks in America, Iron Chef America, and Chef Wanted. She also hosted the long-running series Secrets of a Restaurant Chef. Burrell earned 2 Emmy nominations and inspired countless home cooks.
The Florida Panthers are NHL champs. They defeated the Edmonton Oilers last night 5-1 in Game 6 of the finals in Sunrise, Florida. It's the second straight year the Panthers lifted up Lord Stanley's Cup. Back-to-back crowns both came at the expense of the Oilers.
And happening today, you can donate blood through the Red Cross in Middleton. The Eagle Scout Project Blood Drive will take place at the Middleton City Hall from noon to 4. It will be in the City Council room.
Well, if you drive through Middleton, heads up. Now until the end of the month, High Road will be closed through traffic on weekdays. Crews are going to be out working on the Pheasant Crossing Phase 1 project. There are detour signs posted for northbound and southbound traffic, so make sure you take a few extra minutes. Make sure you're following those detours. The roads will reopen each evening for local access, and emergency vehicles will still be able to get through.
Today, a Sun Prairie icon returns just in time for the city's first ever Mural Fest. Downtown will begin a transformation with nearly 20,000 square feet of vibrant murals painted by 9 national and international artists. But before painting begins at 10 a.m., the city will reveal the iconic cow statue, Georgia Cow O'Keeffe, who has gotten a makeover for the first time in 18 years. The statue, in honor of hometown artist Georgia O'Keeffe, was originally painted by Karen Murphy Hartkin for the 2006 Cow Parade, Wisconsin. You can watch artists paint the north side of the Washington Mills building until June 25th. The mural reveal takes place during the Streets of Sun Prairie event on June 26th. The Beyond O'Keeffe Contemporary Artists in Wisconsin exhibition is also now open.
How Wisconsin is this? Love it.
Yes. Very movie and groovy.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, so yeah, this mural thing I think is going to be very cool, especially the whole side of a building, and then the big reveal in the end will probably be
Cool
chef's
stuff.
kiss.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, well, we're dealing with cooler temperatures than normal this morning, but that's not going to be the case going forward. In fact, things really heat up. We'll talk about the weekend forecast and time out any storms the next few days coming up.
Also ahead this morning, we're live in Wanakee ahead of the Madison area parade of homes. We're getting an early look at some of the new homes you can check out starting this weekend in the 608.
Hi, I'm Ben. I live in Madison. I bike pretty much everywhere. Savannah, plan my day.
Well, Ben and Madison might want to have the rain gear handy, maybe a raincoat for your bike this morning, just because we are going to see scattered showers. Not at the moment across Dane County, so that's some good news. But I think by mid to late morning, the heavier showers that are out in Iowa will move in. So things are okay across Dane County right now. To our south, though, that's where all the heavier rain is. We do have a few spotty showers just northeast of Dane County right now, but the heaviest and most widespread is down across Rock County, Walworth, and also getting into Jefferson and Dodge counties this morning towards Milwaukee. We were seeing some lightning returns on radar. That's not the case anymore, but there are some heavier showers across Beloit and then just to the east of that area. We also have those showers I was talking about all morning to our southwest out across Iowa. There's still a little bit of hail with that one heavier shower northeast of Cedar Rapids. These will continue to move into southern Wisconsin, but they are breaking up. Still going to see heavy rain. I don't know if we'll necessarily be dealing with stronger storms. That's unlikely through the day today. The best chance of severe weather even got pushed further southeast of even the Chicagoland area. So that's good news for us here locally. But heavy rain will impact your mid-morning to late morning hours. Once we get past lunchtime into the late afternoon, early evening, that's when most of those showers are going to move eastward. Overnight, clouds are going to decrease. We should clear, but humidity levels are still going to be high. I think tomorrow we'll wake up to some patchy fog. Some of that could be locally dense fog. Those heavy areas of rain out in Iowa are going to take that track where the blue and purples are, so that heavy rain will impact Platteville, Mineral Point, Madison, and hopefully areas like Monroe and some of Rock County and Janesville too, because those communities need it the most. They're still sitting under moderate drought conditions. So anywhere with that blue, that's areas that could see 3/4 up to about an inch, maybe even an inch and a half. The other big story is the humidity and the heat we'll be dealing with now for the foreseeable future. It'll still be humid today, a little bit cooler with temperatures only reaching the lower 70s. Once we get into the weekend, though, that's when dew points are going to rise to about 70, and that's where we'll stay even during the nighttime hours. So it'll be very hot and also very humid. Air temperatures get into the lower to mid 90s, and then that pink bar is our heat index. Those values are going to be near 100 on Saturday and even 103 on Sunday. So definitely make sure that you're practicing heat safety. This is our first hot stretch of weather that we've seen so far this year. After that, it'll be a little bit cooler mid to late week next week, but that's yet again when we'll be pretty active with daily storm chances returning again.
All right, so active and hot.
Yep.
The heat, the big thing here too.
Summer weather's here.
That's right, Savannah, thank you.
A nice little plan your day video we had this morning. We'd love to see one from you. Just upload one to the channel3000.com website, the First One Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or email it to us, and then make sure you watch to see if it makes it on the air.
Turning now to the 608, the Madison Area Parade of Homes returns for its summer showings this weekend.
Josh Spreiter live in Wanakee this morning to give us a preview. Good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're in the brand new Kilkenny Farms West neighborhood this morning. Checking out some of the homes that you can see for yourself starting on Friday. Sean Scully of Scully & Builders is joining us this morning. Sean, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you bet. Tell us a little bit about this home you have on display.
So this home is a ranch style. We're sitting in about 2,700 square feet on the main level. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, but then we also finished the basement, so that's another 1,700 square feet and another 2 bedrooms, bathroom, rec room, and a wet bar.
Wow. All right. So this space is obviously beautiful. You know, what's it like for you to be part of the Madison Area Builders Association, especially as they celebrate 75 years here for the Parade of Homes?
Oh, it's a great experience. I got into the parade for the first time 8 years ago, and it's been an awesome experience, so it keeps me coming back.
And, you know, when you think about year after year, obviously trends change, wants change. Yep. You know, what was really your inspiration with this home right here?
This particular home, just taking advantage of the lot. So with the way that these lots in Kilkenny West, at least on this street, are platted, we had a little bit of additional width to work with, so we took advantage of it by expanding the garage, which most guys will love.
And this is obviously an opportunity for folks when they're out on the parade to look and see maybe what they like, maybe what they are looking for, maybe things. I was looking at these lights, for example, that maybe are a little different and out of the ordinary.
Correct. It gives you a chance to see a lot of different ways of putting together a home, building trends and things like that, and just seeing ultimately what it is that you like.
What do you see now for 2025? Obviously, we've seen the market. It's been wild, especially since COVID. You know, what are people really looking for right now?
I think open concept still seems to be a big thing. Functional use of space, closets and things like that, and just utilizing the space to the best advantage that they can.
And obviously, you're a proud builder here in the Wanakee area. Yeah. When you continue to see brand new neighborhoods like this popping up left and right, I mean, people are out there and they're really wanting to expand.
They surely are, and it's a great opportunity. Thankful for the developers to get these lots in the ground so that we have a place to build new homes.
So if people are interested in, you know, checking out the Parade of Homes, what would be your plea in getting folks to maybe get out there and, you know, check out homes like this?
Yeah, no, please purchase tickets, come see us, get some great ideas, and you know, have conversations with some of the great builders out here.
And that's really what it's all about, is you can kind of get those ideas, but it's those conversations, it's those connections that, I mean, obviously we've made over the years by being here at the Parade of Homes, but I mean, all the builders kind of know each other. It's a small knit community.
It very much is, and it's also, I mean, the small knit community is actually, it's a great resource for us as builders to, you know, to ask questions of other builders without feeling like a need for competition and things like that. It's been a great thing, and MABA does a great job of promoting that.
And it's kind of fun to see, you know, obviously this is one of the clustered sites, to see all the different builders' homes.
Correct.
Does it get competitive at all? Like, hey, can I create anything different than what they're doing next door?
Well, I think we would definitely want some diversity here, which, you know, that kind of helps in the plan approval process, so that the developer can, you know, maybe stop people from, you know, kind of copycatting each other a little bit. But, you know, from a competition standpoint, I don't think so.
Awesome. Well, Sean, thank you so much for your tour this morning. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
And if you'd like to learn more about the Parade of Homes, again, it starts on Friday. It'll be running all the way through next week. You can go to the story up on channel3000.com. Guys, it's incredible seeing some of the new homes up here. You're going to have to check it out for yourself.
It's gorgeous.
Yes, those homes are beautiful.
Very nice. Love to see it. And for a great cause, St. Jude. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, Josh, talk to you again here when you get back.
Yes.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share with you folks in the 608. Reach out and let them know if you have an idea.
Coming up in the morning sprint, how AI will affect Amazon's workforce.
Got a little kid turning 3 soon? Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. We're back with the sprint next. It is time for the morning sprint.
In Janesville, police are investigating a shooting that left 3 adults dead and 1 person seriously injured. The shooting happened yesterday at the Aspen Square Apartments on the city's north side. Police say they were first called to a family dispute that escalated into an emergency. The police chief did not identify a suspect or victims. The chief assured the public there is no ongoing threat. Police confirmed no children were present at the apartment at the time and rule out drugs or political motives as causes.
2 people are in custody as the State's Department of Justice is conducting a hazmat investigation on Madison's west side. 1 suspect owns the home on North Spooner near Camp Randall, where authorities are investigating. He's being held on a tentative charge of attempted first-degree homicide. Investigators say the scene is connected to the Hazmat investigation on West Skyline Drive from Monday.
Legislative Assistant Colin Baruchak will now serve on the Dane County Board of Supervisors. That's after being narrowly elected with more than 51% of the vote. He ran against Law Office Manager Adrian Lamprun. Affordable housing was the central issue in the race. Former District 1 Supervisor Elizabeth Doyle said she resigned because she could no longer afford rent in the downtown area.
Amazon expects its workforce of more than 1 million workers will shrink because of advances in AI. The company's chief executive says AI is increasingly capable of doing more jobs at Amazon. He predicts that will lead to job losses at the company over the next few years, saying some jobs will shift into others, but not all will be transferable.
This morning, a major decision for President Donald Trump. Sources say he's considering whether the U.S. should join Israel in strikes against Iran's nuclear sites. Yesterday, the president claimed control over Iran's airspace. So far, Trump administration officials have said America is not involved in Israel's attacks. Lawmakers from both parties are now pushing to vote on measures limiting President Trump's ability to order strikes.
If you're driving downtown tomorrow, heads up here starting at 10:30 for the Juneteenth celebration. South Park Street will be closed from West Badger Road to West Winger Drive. They'll reopen by noon for the parade that ends at Penn Park. Streets surrounding the park will remain closed until 7:30 tomorrow evening.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has struck down a GOP law weakening the Attorney General's power. The court ruled unanimously 7-0 that requiring the Attorney General to get permission from a legislative committee to settle certain civil lawsuits is unconstitutional. Lawmakers passed the law back in 2018 after Governor Tony Evers and Attorney General Call beat Republican incumbents.
We're still tracking heavy rain through the day today. Temperatures only make it into the lower 70s and then a really hot weekend ahead. This is our first heat of the year, a stretch. Lower to mid 90s for temperatures, but then we're going to see heat index values probably get up to about 100 Saturday and 103 on Sunday. And we still have storm chances the next few days as well. So busy the next several days.
All right, hang tight.
Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. CBS Mornings is next.
Our next newscast is coming up at noon. You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.